welcome to Baina Midday News, coming to you live from our news hub, Atomic Junction, Benab House, Accra. My name is Fauzi Abdullah. Coming up this afternoon. Minority in Parliament describes the government's free primary health care as a repackaged MPP policy. Also, government releases funds to clear UK scholarship arrears. And on the international front, Congo's Sassou Nguesso sworn in to fifth presidential term. These and many more stories coming up in the next few minutes. Do stay. Thanks for staying. You're watching Baina Midday News and we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Baina TV. Now let's move to our very first story. And the Deputy Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Justice Shremsai, says the government of President John Dramani Mahama is not opposed to the office of the Special Prosecutor or its anti-corruption role. Speaking in an interview with the media in Accra on Friday, April 17th, he said the administration fully supports the OSP and remains committed to strengthening anti-corruption institutions. He added that the president is determined to fight corruption in all fronts. His comment follows a High Court ruling on April 15th, which held that the OSP cannot prosecute cases without the approval of the Attorney General, in line with Article 88 of the 1992 Constitution. The decision has renewed debate over prosecutorial powers between the Attorney General and the OSP, with legal experts insisting that ultimate authority rests with them. Moving on, the minority in Parliament has accused the government of rebranding existing policies following the rollout of a new healthcare initiative by President John Dramani Mahama. On April 15th, the president officially launched the Free Primary Healthcare Program, a flagship policy designed to expand access to essential health services across the country, with particular focus on vulnerable and underserved communities.
The program is expected to improve early diagnosis of diseases, strengthen preventive healthcare, and reduce pressure on secondary and tertiary health facilities by encouraging early treatment at primary level. Government says the initiative will also help close gaps in access and improve overall health outcomes nationwide. However, the minority in Parliament insists the policy is not new. They argue that the structure and design of the program closely mirror earlier interventions, including under the New Patriotic Party administration. Speaking to the media in Accra, Health Committee Ranking Member Nana Ayuefrie said the government is simply rebranding existing policies without giving credit to their original source. He pointed out that key features such as Ghana card-based access and eligibility for adults were already part of previous NPP-led health initiatives, including annual screening programs. He further argued that the foundation and delivery approach remains largely unchanged, adding that the only major difference is the change in political leadership. According to him, failure to acknowledge earlier policies makes it difficult to properly track progress or identify genuine innovation in the health sector.
Away from that, the Ghana Scholarship Authority says government has released first quarter funds to the Ghana High Commission in the United Kingdom to begin payment of outstanding scholarship arrears owed to Ghanaian students. The move is expected to address delays in the payment of stipends and tuition fees that have affected several students studying at various institutions across the UK.
In a statement issued on Thursday, April 16, and signed by the authority's Director General Alex Kweku Asafo-Adjei, the authority acknowledged concerns raised by affected students and apologized for the inconvenience caused. It assured beneficiaries that steps are being taken to restore a regular payment schedule and reduce the financial burden on students, adding that the system will be stabilized going forward. According to the authority, the funds released are meant to clear outstanding financial obligations and support students to continue their academic work without disruption. It further explained that the money will undergo required administrative and public financial management processes before being disbursed to students as soon as possible.
Moving on further in today's bulletin, the Ghana Union of Traders Association, along with freight forwarders and other business groups, has suspended its planned industrial action following what it described as key concession from government. The decision followed a meeting between the Joint Business Forum and government representatives on Thursday, April 16, 2026, where concerns were raised over the Publican AI system and its impact on evaluation and trade processes.
During the engagement, the Business Coalition presented key demands, including suspension of the Republican AI system, restoration of the previous appeals process with a 24-hour turnaround time, full disclosure of the system's operations in clearer terms for a proposed multi-party oversight committee. Government agreed to reinstate the old valuation appeal structure and ensure appeals are resolved within 24 hours, while also expanding the appeals committee from 6 to 12 members. However, it declined calls to suspend the Publican AI system or fully disclose its technical and contractual details, though it indicated that trade leaders would be allowed to engage directly with its operators. Despite describing the talks as constructive, the Joint Business Forum says the strike has only been suspended and not cancelled, adding that future actions will depend on the outcome of further engagements.
You're still watching Baina Midday News. We'll go for a quick break, after which we bring you business and more this day.
The wait is over, the stage is set, the world is watching.
You followed the journey, you felt the impact. Now it's your time to rise and lead. Your favorite Islamic reality show is back. Season 2 of the Ummah Show is calling the bold, the passionate, the visionaries ready to shape the future. This is more than a competition. It's your moment to shine, to inspire, to become the light the Ummah needs. Don't just watch history, be the star. Step up, stand out. Apply now at ummah.bainamultimedia.com.
Kada ku rasa shirin siyasa da kuka fi so tare da Amir Mukhtar Mauni, showing Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 p.m. only on Baina TV.
Kingani. Please God, what's the table? Dali ki yaka dani.
Sai ka san bai shada.
Ki shada ni. Mun
Bai
ga da
shada
ki
ni wannan
shada
abuwa.
ni.
Ka san ba kuskure ne na zuwa wannan ba. Kuskure ba. Ya ishe. A kowane lokaci aure ke zama shakatawa da zaman lafiya. Akan samun sabani da rashin fahimta da gaddama tsakanin ma'aurata. Wasu lokaci tarbiyyar da yara yana ya zama matsalar aure. Ku kasance tare da mu akan shirin darasin aure a yayin da muke zurfafa bincike akan kalubale da ma'aurata ke fuskanta da yadda za magance su baki daya tun daga wahala har zuwa nasara. A wannan karo za mu kawo muku wani sabon salo akan shirin darasin aure kowace ranar Laraba karfe 4 da rana tare da ni Hajiya Munira Mahmud. Darasin aure headquarter duk lamuran aure duk baki daya.
You're welcome back and thanks for staying. If you just tuned in, you're watching Baina Midday News and we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Baina TV. Now let's delve into the world of business, and Mobile Money Fintech Limited has strengthened its compliance and regulatory monitoring measures as part of efforts to improve platform security and protect customers within Ghana's expanding digital payment ecosystem. In a statement issued on Thursday, April 16, 2026, the company said it is carrying out routine reviews of its agent network to ensure strict compliance with operational and regulatory guidelines while safeguarding the integrity of its services. As part of these measures, several agent accounts have been temporarily restricted after breaches of operational rules were identified during monitoring processes. The company explained that sanctions depend on the severity of each violation, with minor breaches attracting warnings, moderate cases leading to suspension, and serious offenses resulting in permanent termination of accounts. It added that engagement with affected agents are ongoing, noting that some restrictions have already been lifted where appropriate, while investigations into other cases continue. Mobile Money Fintech Limited said the enhanced oversight is aimed at protecting customer transactions, strengthening trust in the mobile money ecosystem, and ensuring a secure, compliant, and sustainable digital financial system. Now to some news beyond our borders. Denis Sassou Nguesso of the Republic of Congo has been sworn in for a fifth presidential term after winning the March election. The 82-year-old leader took the oath on Thursday in Brazzaville at a ceremony attended by several heads of state. In his inauguration speech, he pledged to focus on development, job creation for young people, and economic renewal. He said his government would prioritize agriculture, industry, and infrastructure to strengthen the national economy. Sassou Nguesso won the election in the first round with 94.9% of the vote, according to official results, with turnout reported at over 84%. While observers, including the African Union, described the vote as peaceful and orderly, opposition candidates raised concerns about fraud and turnout figures. The country continues to face major economic pressures, including high debt, unemployment, and widespread poverty. Despite oil and gas driving state revenue, critics argue that wealth has not translated into broad-based development. Now moving on to the world of sports, Asante Kotoko have dismissed reports claiming that interim head coach Prince Yao Owusu has gone missing from the team's camp following their heavy 4-0 defeat to Midyama, describing the allegation as false and misleading.
The speculation started after Owusu failed to show up at training following the defeat, a result that has effectively ended Kotoko's hope of winning silverware this season. The Porcupine Warriors now sit 10 points behind in the Ghana Premier League title race with just 5 matches remaining. Concerns are also growing among supporters over the team's poor and inconsistent form. There were also claims that the coach feared for his safety after allegedly receiving threats following the heavy loss. However, the club has moved quickly to dismiss those reports and clarify the situation. In an official statement signed by Communications Director Samuel Safuduku, Kotoko said Owusu's absence was fully approved by management. The club explained that he was granted permission to attend to an urgent family matter as he mourns the passing of his mother. He is expected to return to Kotoko soon, with further updates to follow. Owusu took over on an interim basis after the mid-season dismissal of Karim Zito, but has struggled to turn results around. Kotoko's form has remained inconsistent and their title challenge has faded in recent weeks. With the season nearing its end, the club appears set to finish without a trophy. This is expected to trigger further review and possible changes ahead of the next campaign.
Now this brings us to the end of today's news bulletin. For more news, you can visit our website at www.bainamultimedia.com. My name is Fauzia Abdallah. Do have a good afternoon.